What up, guys? We're back. Welcome to the This Is My Moment podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Mitchell, and you know who I got riding shotgun?
Yeet! It's your boy Money Mitch back with another episode, baby.
Let's go to work.
There ain't no stopping it, this is my moment. Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
Today, I got a young lady on the other end that told me that she would never, KT, she told me she would never do it.
I had a feeling you was gonna bring that
Yeah,
up.
oh, I'm gonna talk it. I'm gonna talk it. But she's doing a wonderful work, and this subject is near and dear to my heart. Introduce yourself to the family.
My name's Amber Gilmore. I grew up in a small town north of Dallas, and I'm the Executive Director of P.E.T.S Clinic.
Okay. What exactly is P.E.T.S Clinic?
P.E.T.S Clinic is a full-service veterinary clinic. We provide veterinary services to our community. It was started as a purely spay and neuter organization when our CEO, Leslie Harrelson, realized that we had an overpopulation of animals in our community and a 90% euthanasia rate, which is sad to hear. And so she literally Googled, how do I stop this? And the answer was spay and neuter. And so she started her first clinic in her grandma's church. And that was in 2007. And now in 2023, our euthanasia rate is down to 28%, which I wish it was 0, but better than 90.
That is a huge difference in not that long of a time period. That's crazy. That's kudos to you guys and the work that you guys are doing.
It's been great. It's such a great organization. It's not just about spay and neuters. We realize that our clients need more than that. Our clients need help with food. So we have a food pantry that we provide cat food and dog food to individuals on government assistance. We also offer our chain off program. And so a lot of animals in the South are left outside, and that's okay. But them being chained up because there's no fence for them to roam in is not okay. And so we build fences and we get those dogs off chains.
Oh, wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, and you know I'm a huge pet advocate. I got 2 dogs, and they laugh at me because I treat them like my kids.
No, you don't. You treat them way better than your kids. It's crazy. Yeah, so this has been an experience for me. Love this guy to death, but I've learned some interesting things these last couple of hours. He is you take the dog, like the pet parent, like I feel like you take it more serious than parent. I ain't gonna,
Yeah. Hey, Am, I got a question for you. What inspired you to pursue this? Why pets?
Yeah, I was a board member for the organization for a few years and just loved what I did. Never really thought I would work for the organization. Just wanted to volunteer and do as much as I could with my other job. And things just fell into place. And the CEO reached out to me and asked if I would change careers. And it was a no-brainer. And I've loved it ever since. So it was just a few months ago. And it was the right decision. I'm very happy.
I'm glad you said that, because my next question is, when I knew you and I worked for you guys, she was my supervisor. Great supervisor, top 5 all time, and I've told her that before. You know that. What prompted you to consider the change? Because when I was there, you were all in. You know, you were in it, going out to these places, man, and speaking and doing the prevention, man. You were 100% in. So it had to be something magnificent for you to change something that you loved into something that you have a passion for and you love even more. What made you consider the change?
Well, my 2 passions in life are kids and animals. And so when I was at my past job, I got paid to work with kids and I volunteered to work with animals. And now that role has kind of been reversed. I still get to volunteer with kids, but I get paid to work with animals. And so, there's not really a good answer for you. again, I never thought I would work for this organization. I always thought I would just volunteer and do what I could. But things fell into place like they needed to, and it was just happened. I love it.
What were some of the biggest obstacles? I know you were on the board with Pets. You mentioned that, but you were working full time over here in this other place. What obstacles have you had making that transition?
I miss my coworkers, especially my bestie Michelle, and so that it makes me sad that I don't get to see her every day. And we still talk, and so that's good. But oh gosh, my biggest obstacle, I miss the kids. I really do. I miss my relationships that I built with schools and counselors and principals, and I still get to see them. Like I said, doing the stuff that I still get to do on the side. And but with my new job, I would say the biggest thing I've had to overcome is changing my mindset when it comes to judging pet owners. And for example, specifically, I thought at one time, if you can't afford to take care of your pet, if you can't afford to get veterinary care, if you can't afford to feed it, if you can't afford to do these things, then you shouldn't have one. And that was my mindset. I think that's where a lot of people are. And it took me a long time to kind of flip that and say, having an animal is good for your mental health. It's good for your sense of humor. I know I laugh at my cats way too often for living alone. And so I really had to just change my mindset, because these pet owners, our clients, will literally go without eating themselves or give their Meals on Wheels food, split it with their animal because of their situation. And so I just learned really fast that's not the case. These people, they're not intentionally depriving their animals from those things. It's truly the lack of funds. And that's where Pets comes in with our low cost. I mean, you can get a spay and neuter for $0 at Pets if you qualify.
Can you tell the people what they need to qualify for to get something like to get the $0 spay and neuter?
Government assistance. Be on government assistance. Yeah, that's it. Just have to prove any sort of government assistance, and we will get you $0 spay and neuter or $10 spay and neuter.
Wow,
that's solid.
Yeah, that's huge.
That keeps us booked up. I mean, we're booking out until April right now. So,
dang,
that's good work. I'm super proud of you, man, and I'm glad that you found something that you love more than what you did, because I know you are a pet person. I know it. We talked about it. But the funny thing is, like, pets are real funny though, right? Because he laughed at me earlier because I cooked before my dogs went on a diet. They got a diet. Don't judge me. But I would make them chicken and rice. Like, I would literally cook chicken and rice, chop it up, put the vitamins and stuff in there that they need, that they're not getting from the regular food. And they be eating like
kings. They eat like queens over here. And you literally just told your daughter, man, you better find something.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Why do you think pets and people have that special connection? Because you think about it, they do dogs for military people with anxiety, PTSD. They give pets to these people to help them. What is it about animals that makes people just feel good?
I think animals were put on this earth to be our companions, and especially dogs. Maybe not cats. I have 2 of them. So I can say that because one's a companion and the other one's not. The other one lets me live here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But dogs, especially, I mean, they're companions. That's what we had them for. I mean, we migrated them from wolves or whatever to sit on our laps and to talk to. Maybe not everybody, but definitely me. Imagine what they might say back. I never realized how much of a crazy pet person I was until I started working at Pets and saw that all these people are like me. I don't have to hide it anymore.
Look at hey, you don't found a
You
tribe.
found your tribe. Yeah.
You don't found a tribe, man. That is
Yeah.
so funny. What like for me, right? How do you know that your pets are happy?
Yes, that is a great question.
Like what kind of demeanor, what kind of attitude? Like my dogs, they're divas. And don't judge me, TIM fam. They sleep in the bed with me. Yeah, they got their own spot. They got their own.
Man, the boy got a podcast and crossed over on me.
So like they got their own section in the house where they have their photos and their dog food, and they got beds. Like they have their own room.
Yeah.
What do you think? Hush, man. Is a way that you can tell that you have a happy pet?
I think there's a lot of ways. They're happy to see you when you get home. They want to be around you. They know when you're upset, and they actually want to spend more time with you because they know that you will that you're happy when they're around. And so if they don't see you happy, they'll be around you for a little bit longer. Gosh, there's so many ways. I think you growing up with animals or not, you just know, especially cats. Cats pick their owners. It's not the other way around.
You ain't lying. I got PTSD from trying to own a cat. So you're right. And I got rejected. Yeah, it wasn't a good feeling. Never a good feeling when you're afraid to sleep in your own house. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, keep that low, man.
Goodness.
When you made that transition, besides your mindset, what was one of the biggest challenges you faced as an executive? Like when you stepped in, what were some of the changes that you made that you saw that needed to maybe flip to where you can get the most productivity and the best outcome for us?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I'm still dealing with that. But the position that I came into wasn't a position before I got there. There was a little bit of restructuring, and so coming in as that a new position for that clinic, nobody really knew what my role was. I was learning it, getting to know, all these people where, I knew some of them from time to time, because I'd been a part of the organization for a while, but getting their buy-in, they're like, who are you? Just off the street. You don't know anything about what we do. Yeah. How can you help me? How can you supervise me? And I think, it wasn't challenging because that's my personality. And, working with me, I just want people to succeed because I look good when you look good. And that's all that matters. These individuals that I work with, they're so passionate about making sure that these animals are healthy and safe and get them back in their homes where they're loved. And I mean, it just, like I said, it was a rough 2 months in the beginning, but I would say after those first 2 months, I would say things evened out. I learned a bunch because I knew nothing about vet med, nothing. When I volunteered at Pets, I worked the front desk. I knew computers. I got to pet the animals. that was what I got to do. But I've given vaccines. I've drawn blood. I've helped out with hospitalized animals, and so I'm slowly making my way towards learning more and being able to help my team more.
How did the team take it when you left? When you left Serenity, how did they? Because I'm gonna tell you what. When I was there, people would come and go, right? People is always the odd, right? It's like you never know. The work is the work, but it's the people, right?
Uncontrollable variable.
It's always that. Yeah. And when I was there, people had left, people that came in, and while I was there, people had left. But it was always too steadfast. You and Michelle, how did they take it when you said, you know what? Don't call me, I'll call you.
So do you know the stages of grief? Anger is one of those.
Stages of grief.
Anger, eventually acceptance, right? But there was some anger, there was some sadness. And I still go and see them all the time. And when something crazy in my life happened, I texted a few of them. And so it we just roll right back into it. And so they've been more supportive than I thought they would be, especially my past supervisor. I was really blown away by how gracious she was that I was leaving, because as much as the team really appreciated me being there, my supervisor knew what kind of impact I made. And I was nervous that she was going to be upset, and she really wasn't. And so I got really lucky. Nobody really gave me a hard time, but I do miss them. I already told you that.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I talk to Trayvon all the time. Shout out Trayvon. He follows the
Yeah, shout out Trayvon.
And
you gonna make him do one of these?
he said, hey, you know what's funny? He said he was ready. Like I texted him like 2 days ago. And he was like, oh, I said, hey, guess who I got on the show? He was like, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. She's coming. He said, you asked her before you asked me? And I was like, no, yeah. So it was a real big deal, and I'm super proud that you took it. What do you think is the most important part of pet ownership? You know, so like we get them, and humans live generally longer than pets if everything goes well, Lord's willing. And pets live just a short term, and we have to make sure that they're taken care of and having a good time inside of that little life. What do you think is a big plus for pet parents? Like, what do you think we can do to make sure that our pets are living their best life?
I would say get them spay and neutered. It prevents a lot of later illnesses, pyometra being one of them, which is pretty much a death sentence for an older female dog that is 100% prevented if they're spayed.
Can you explain what'd you say?
It's an infection of the uterus, and spraying them takes that uterus out. And so they can't get an infection of their uterus if it's not there. And so that's layman's terms for pyometra. So Google it, make sure I'm not wrong, but
I'm not.
We gonna trust you.
I would say, keeping them up to date on their vaccines is really important, especially rabies, and feeding them good food, giving them exercise. They're just like us. We need nutritional food. We need exercise. We need love. And so really think about what your needs are, and that's what you should give your pet. That's
too easy. So let me ask you this. So I hate to put myself out there like this, but it wasn't just chicken and rice. I was feeding them beef and rice because that's what was in the food. When I looked on the back of the package, right, they like, oh, it has beef, it has rice, it has some grains and some fruits and stuff like that. So one day, watch this, don't judge me. One day, my mom was here, and she woke up, and I had a pot roast beef in a pot, no seasoning on that, just boiling it down so I can chop it up, and rice. My mom comes into the kitchen. She was like, Pet.
Made a whole plate.
Man, it smells so good in here. I can't wait to eat. I was like, eat what? She was like, whatever you cook. And I said, Mom, that's for the dogs. So she looks at me, Amber, and she's like, are you giving them a $40, it was a pot roast, like it was good too, it was a good side pot roast. I was like, yeah. Do you think that pet parents?
Oh yeah.
No, boy.
Oh.
Do you think that pet parents can overdo the love and affection that, don't look at me like that, the love and affection that they show their pets, or is it a line?
Bruh, it's always a line.
It's never a line when it comes to dogs.
With food, you can go over the line, because then they can get overweight and then they have issues.
Then they on a diet.
So yes, you can. We don't want our pets obese or overweight. They have a hard time getting around, and they can't be dogs.
True that. Do you think so? Lately, I've been seeing, and maybe down here in San Antonio, I don't know if it's up there where you are, where you're at, but I saw that there's a lot of like dog sickness going around, like a cough and things like that. Have you seen any of that up there? Like coming in and they're sick, and have you seen any of that?
Yeah, we have. There was something going around recently, and we still don't know the answer where these individuals were getting it. It seemed similar to kennel cough, which Bordetella vaccine prevents. But these animals were coming in and they had been vaccinated for Bordetella kennel cough, and they were still having similar symptoms. And so Yes, and then we still don't know what those answers are yet, but it's been super recent. I'd say probably since I started at Pet, so about August, September, October, maybe.
What can pet owners do to make sure like that kennel cough, like don't take them to the
Dog
park.
parks and
Yeah,
stuff.
don't take them to like I take my dogs to daycare.
Yes,
I know
Lord.
it. Yes, they go to daycare. So like, is that like should pet parents stay away from that stuff, or can we still do that but just watch like the surroundings and the atmosphere? What can we do?
If your animal is fully vaccinated, so things like Bordetella you can get every 6 months to a year, and rabies, like I said, is yearly. Parvo distemper, that's one of the annual vaccines. There's a new one called leptospirosis, which we can actually get ourselves. It's zoonotic, and so it comes from wildlife urine, and our animals can get it, then they can actually pass it to us. But if your animal is vaccinated, you can take them anywhere. Don't hesitate taking them places as long as they're vaccinated. Be careful around dogs that you're maybe not familiar with. I mean, you don't know their dogs are vaccinated. But if your dog is, there's a safe bet that they'll be healthy.
Hang on.
Soon as you said they can give it to you, I was like, wait a second. I don't want it.
So what? You ain't lying. So if someone is on government assistance and they can't really, like go to the vet like that, are they able to get like those kind of shots through you guys too, or is that something that like a payment plan? Like what? I mean, because this stuff's like, hang on real quick. So my dogs they take anxiety medicine and allergy medicine and all that, and that stuff adds up quick. And it's a thing that they have animal insurance, but that's expensive too. Yeah, we got animal insurance on our dogs, bro. True story. What can people do that can't afford that can't afford like the pet insurance? Can they go to you guys and you guys take care of them, or is it some kind of payment plan? What do you guys got? I know, right?
I'm learning so much.
Our prices are pretty much at cost. And so we don't really make any money off of a service. And so, for example, a rabies vaccination is $10. You come in and get a rabies, it's $10. We don't have necessarily like office visits. If your if your animal doesn't need to see a vet and we can just do the services with the vet tech, that's all you pay for. And so you think about when you go to a veterinarian, and I went to, once in the past, right off the bat, you're paying an office visit, no matter what happens. Just like when we go to the doctor, you got a copay. It doesn't matter if you're sick or healthy, you're paying this. And Pets doesn't have that. Our prices are just really inexpensive. I mean, being a nonprofit organization, we can keep our costs low. We have a lot of volunteers, so we don't have to pay for a full staff because we have amazing volunteers. We get grants from different organizations, one being PetSmart Charities, which is, if you don't know anything about them, they are just outstanding when it comes to making access to care for pet owners just better in our communities. And this is nationwide, not just in Texas. And so we do that. We help our clients out in a lot of different ways to make sure that they can afford getting vet care.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And are you guys outside of Texas as well? Is the Pets brand?
We have 3 locations. So the one that I work at is in Wichita Falls, and then we have an Amarillo clinic and a Lubbock clinic. They are mainly just spay and neuter, as we are full service vet services. And then we also will do some rural areas where we'll go out and we'll actually pick up their animals. So like recently on Wednesday, I went to Jacksboro to bring back some animals that we had spayed and neutered for them, so they don't have to drive the hour to come see us. We also have 2 clinics where we'll actually go and we'll go to the Humane Society in that city. We'll spay and neuter right on the spot. We'll use their facilities, but we'll use our staff again to keep those costs down. We go to them, which is, I think, a really cool part of Pets too. Again, we meet our clients where they are physically, miles wide.
Literally, right?
That's super interesting, man. And I couldn't wait to talk to you about it, because like I am that person when it comes to my dogs.
Oh yeah, you're a helicopter parent for your pet.
So I like the information. It's great information because a lot of people that follow do have animals. You see it in the reels and things like that, and sometimes you just got to give them some information. Fact. Because you may not be able to afford a $150 vet visit. You may need a situation. You might be in Amarillo, Lubbock, down in Wichita or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To where
get anxiety meds for your puppy.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So thank you for that. Let me ask you a question. Since you're working there, and I know you're an animal person, are you bringing these pets home, Amber?
Not yet, but they get pushed on me. There was this. I got to tell you this week, and I probably would have done it if I wasn't leaving town tomorrow. But we have a lot of local people who will trap cats.
Yeah,
bring them in. We fix them for free. We clip their ears. So you'll see if a cat's roaming and it has its ear clipped, leave it alone. It's free roaming and it's fixed. So this guy brought this cat in and oh my gosh, I wanted to take it home. I'm like, I can make that feral cat domestic. But I didn't want to take it because I'm about to leave town and I just didn't want to do that. And so, there was a close call this week for sure.
Man, I knew it too. I was like, in my mind, I was like, you cannot get a lady that loves pets to work at a pet. She's going to have a whole house full of these things.
I probably have the least amount of pets out of all of the staff.
Oh,
at 2.
That's surprising. Let me ask you this before we get to the end of the show. Have you been, what's it called, quacked or ducked in your Jeep lately?
What?
I did. I got ducked. I got ducked by a cat duck, a calico cat duck. It was awesome. I posted on Facebook. You not see it?
I'm gonna say no. So we're gonna get to the fun part. So I know Ashley sent you the questions, so you had a chance to review. You know how I like to have fun, and you know I love to talk. You know that about me. So at the end of every show, we have a game. It's called Pick One. So I'm gonna give you 2 options, a phrase or so, and you have to pick one. Don't bail yourself out. Don't try to be sneaky. Just go with it. All right? You ready?
Yeah.
Kids or animals?
Animals.
That was too quick.
That was easy.
You're going to hate me for this one. Pets or serenity?
Pets.
Ooh. That was seemingly easy too.
And surprising.
Not looking difficult at all.
At all. When I give you the phrase, this is my moment, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
My friend.
That's too easy. You've been practicing.
No, I haven't.
This was truly awesome. And I've learned so much information in this 30 minutes or so because I am a pet owner, but I realized I got to step my game up. I got to do better. I got to do better for me and Bent. So thank you, Amber, for giving me so much insight, and I'm going to take this moving forward, and my pet going to be living his best life.
I dig that. Amber, we are done. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, if you have a pet and you don't have the money, find you a place locally. Pets, if you're in Wichita, Lubbock, Amarillo, man, go up there, get your dogs checked out, get your animals checked out, man, because as much as we need them, they need us. It's a true thing, man. And they love you genuinely from the heart. Love them back just as genuinely. And at the end of the day, go get it!
Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better. Cause it's all about growth, all about success. We wanna see you rise, wanna see you at your best. Ay.